Hello everyone and welcome back. It's me, TrophyWife, and today we're going to continue our playthrough of Autopsy Simulator. Last we left off, we came back home and it was ransacked. So let's check the trinket box. But first, I want to see what they did.
Oh, God.
Shut the fridge. I wish we could kind of straighten it up.
What am I supposed to do now?
Well, they didn't take your pictures and ruin them. But I am mad they wasted the energy in my one... Well, they didn't do anything in the bathroom.
Fuck!
Money's
Great.
gone.
That's all I need. What if it was Red Pete?
What, come and just steal your money?
These were from Thanksgiving. Stephen invited me. I was going to give them to his mother, but then I met Alice. That was the first time I saw her.
That car that was up the road, that's probably what did it.
Where?
You said... Ugh, I can't get around the corner. You had said, oh, that car. It looks familiar. And now it's not there. I don't know why I'm leaning. I do that with games. I lean as if it's gonna make a difference. Did they take your pills? What are these pills for? I would like to know.
Okay.
The...
I'm gonna have to report this to the police. Christ. Why did the neighbors not report anything? I'm calling Stephen.
Doesn't look like you live in a good neighborhood. I think you should call the police first, but whatever.
Stephen?
Now, Jack, I told you, I'm going for a drink with you for another night in a row.
That's not why I'm ringing. Although I could do with one. Someone broke into my apartment.
What? Did anyone see anything? Have you called the police yet?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, no one contacted me. As for the police, I'm calling right now, officer.
All right. Do you want me to head around? Look for any trace evidence?
I don't know. No, I guess not. Honestly, I don't have the strength to deal with it right now. I just want to lie down.
Are you sure? Because it's no trouble at all.
I think so.
This
I'm
character
sorry.
is so dumb.
I just wanted to calm down a bit. I don't know. That's probably some stupid joke. Only money was stolen.
Money? From Alice's box? Oh, fuck. Listen, I can come over. I have the key. I'll drop by, do what I need to do, and you go get some sleep.
No, don't trouble yourself. Lately, I've been just so tired and distracted. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to close the apartment door on my way to work.
No, I did. I closed it.
If anything else is missing, I'll let you know and call the police.
All right. Just make sure you close it tonight. If you see anything weird tomorrow, let me know. Whoever did this may be watching you.
I don't think anyone is dumb enough to come back.
You're probably right. Take care, Jack. If you need anything, call me.
I promise I will. Thanks,
So-
Stephen. Sorry to bother you again. I've just been all over the place lately.
It's not a problem.
Steven is
Good night, Jack.
Good
a
night.
police officer. Why would we not deal with any of this? You're just gonna go to bed. How do I turn this off?
What?
Okay, whatever. We're just gonna ignore it. You've ignored everything else.
Where to start?
I don't care where you want to start because obviously you don't care. Oh, now I can clean up the
Shit.
apartment.
The glass in this thing needs to be replaced.
Jack, why?
I think I'm just tired. I'm glad this didn't break.
I think maybe you shouldn't be taking medicine if you're gonna drink alcohol.
To be honest, I could leave it like this. There you go. I still don't understand why Alice liked this painting so much.
I just want to shut. I really want to shut all the drawers.
Maybe I could barricade the door with this. I should pack this thing away. I have no interest in DIY at the moment. Now I'm sure I won't get caught up in these papers. Alice's family should really have some of these. That's enough for now. Ah, jeez, I'm exhausted. I'll get the rest in the morning.
Okay, you didn't do very
What
much.
a mess.
Should
Now,
we
if
lock
only
the
I could
door?
blame this on the burglars.
You're not very worried, and I'm worried that you're not worried. Like, you're so dirty. Like, just pick up the bottles. This has to be a dream state.
Oh yeah, I should take my pills.
You take those things so fast. Wait, how's it fixed? This obviously, either we jump forward in time or you're dreaming.
I feel like it takes me forever to finish these things. That's enough. Ugh.
You're always so tired.
It'll never look clean. I need to quickly change and finish getting ready. I'm gonna be late for work again.
Who cares? It's night.
Got my keys, got my files. Check. Time to go.
You know, for you to work night shift, you would really think that he'd have like blackout curtains. I don't remember this poster. Okay, we already read that. Okay, I guess we'll just go to work.
Remember to close the door properly, Jack.
Closed it last time.
I'll ask the neighbors tomorrow if they saw anything suspicious. Ugh.
Also,
I wonder if Ridley fixed the coffee machine.
Ridley probably didn't, the way you talk about Ridley. What was that noise? We're just gonna ignore it. Still hate that poster. Red is bad, so red means we're going to danger.
Maybe a bit optimistic. I'd better grab a coffee on the way. I'm exhausted. I wonder who Stephen brought in today.
Won't even look at the outside. He's exhausted all the time.
Good morning, Mr. Ridley. No, he's not here yet? No, I'll deal with Adam.
Oh wait. Pete, Red Pete is the one that escaped. Oh no. I bet
I
you
hope
Red
he... Oh, come on. He was too lazy to even wheel the gurney to the autopsy room.
Yeah, because that's what we're worried about at the moment. We're just gonna keep going. Not gonna turn around. Just ignore
Almost
it.
there. Now for the tough part. The body needs to be moved. Where's Ridley when you need him? Alright. I just need some gloves and my apron. Then I can get to work.
Will my wife be the one under... Hold on, before I do anything. I just want to do one check of the office real quick. Well, the cupcake's gone. Okay, there's nothing here. I thought maybe there'd be something. Alright, we're gonna put our gloves on and get to work.
I'm going to need my tape recorder for this.
Oh, we're not gonna do a whole... Oh, there's no camera set up.
Autopsy dated November 22nd, 1991. 7:32 p.m. Led by Dr. Jack Hanman. I begin by verifying the identity of the Jane Doe. It's most likely Harper Lloyd, age 35, found in a well-owned house by her neighbors Leonard and Dorothy Chelsea, reported missing for a week. Firefighters found the body after the Chelsea family began complaining that their tap water tasted strange, and at one point had begun to smell and turn a dark color. It is also known that the deceased was diagnosed with affective bipolar disorder. Harper was placed on drug therapy, which she dropped out of fairly regularly. During her treatment, she was under the care of her common-law partner, Richard Benson, professional truck driver. The last person who had contact with the deceased was her partner. Harper's last message read as follows: "I'm gonna take a shit in their stupid well. Then we'll see who has the last laugh." Nice one.
So she fell in because she wanted to be a douche?
Police records also show that Mrs. Lloyd was in constant conflict with her neighbors. The constant parties and subsequent brawls made living in the area nearly impossible, especially when Lloyd's partner wasn't around. I proceed to open the bag. The most important task in forensic identification of a drowned person is to distinguish whether the death occurred before or after entering the water.
I am such a dingus. I was like, I can't move, and I've been sitting here forever because I took her
One
top
shoe
off.
is missing. I'm going to need the camera to document all
But she looks
possible
like a
suspicious
man.
marks. Definitely the first thing that stands out is the very advanced post-mortem gigantism.
Well, no duh. Oh, I guess we need a full body. Or not?
The skin of the deceased appears very delicate, smooth, and relaxed from being in the water for a long time. The whole body is extremely pale. Post-mortem markings are seen on the underside of the body, that is, on the back, thighs, and calves of the deceased. There are bruises and hemorrhages on the neck. These usually occur due to increased inhalation when fighting to breathe underwater. It's likely that the deceased was lying on her back when she was fished out.
Ooh.
There are some obvious scratches on the skin.
That could be from trying to fight out, get your way out of the... I don't see any more. Until this camera goes white. Oh, the feet. Pruny.
The so-called washerwoman's skin on the feet. The deceased had indeed been in the water for a long time.
Now, what's this last picture gonna be of? Oh.
The skin on the hands can be easily separated from the body. The separation takes the form of a glove.
So degloving.
So, after the preliminary exam, it's time to take a closer look at this. Scalpel, scissors, today's date. The deceased was clothed. Rigor mortis does not need to be checked. Based on the state of decay, you can be sure it has subsided. Where to start? We see thick, white foam in the mouth of the deceased, resulting from pulmonary edema. Foam is a characteristic in deaths due to drowning.
She's also missing an eye. I don't get why that's
There
not
are obvious
something.
scratches on the skin, especially on the back and hands. These could be defensive wounds, evidence of some sort of altercation prior to death. No obvious signs of struggle, The skin on the hands would have easily peeled away from the flesh. Some of the fingers have already lost their nails. The spots have a purplish blue-red hue, which is a typical sign of the death of the organism. Yep, pretty typical. Liver mortis are formed as a result of putrefaction of blood in the veins.
So I'm gonna say death by drowning.
Due to the fact that the deceased was wearing shoes all the time, her feet are in better condition than her hands. Nevertheless, we can still notice a clear, wavy skin and the so-called washerwoman's skin texture.
Washerwoman.
Okay,
I've never heard of that
that's
before.
probably enough to indicate a direction for further examination. I'd better note that down in the records. Marks found on the neck and foaming at the mouth are typical signs of drowning people. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about this liver mortis. Hands heavily wrinkled from submersion in water, typical washerwoman's skin. Diffuse spots are caused by blood rotting in the veins. Considering the deceased's penchant for drinking alcohol, it could have been a mere accident.
Oh.
Those abrasions appear relatively fresh. No healing or scarring as their distribution suggests that in this case, the question is, was drowning an accident or of suicidal intent?
I don't think it's suicidal. I think
Fortunately,
she just-
the skin on the hand, liver mortis of a simple drip. Maybe it's just a abrasion, or maybe the result of a fight and being pushed into a well. That's all for now. Before I begin the dissection, I'll make sure the suggested identity is correct. The suitcase with the fingerprint equipment should be around here somewhere.
Suitcase finger quip. Fingerprint. What? Suitcase, where are you? There you are.
Oh, here it is. With decomposing bodies, the tissue of the pads of the fingers tends to shrink. To remove these shrinkages, if the body of the deceased is well preserved, fingerprinting is similar. The fingerprint sheet should always be checked. Slipping fingers, too much or too little ink, or inaccurate hand position can make fingerprints illegible.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to conduct a dactyloscopic examination. If in fact the deceased is in the police database, I will find her. Glycerin
we
is
fill 'em
injected
up
successively
to make the
between the
wrinkles
nail and the
disappear.
skin of each finger. The substance then enters the fingertip, removing shrinkage and wrinkles.
Don't ask me how I knew about this part. I don't know. I've watched too many crime shows.
Now I take a brush. Only when the skin is taut and elastic can you use ink.
We'll just make sure. Okay. Palm with pigment. Is that not what I'm doing?
I think it's enough.
Yeah, I do.
In the case of drowning victims, you have to be extremely careful. The skin may fall off the hand like a glove when you take the print.
Leave the
I'll
box.
use the fax machine to add the print into the system. Green button, and... Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police database on the computer. Great, the data is there. Click upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours
This one.
of fun. One more. Analyze button. And we have a result. Everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, The deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd. That went smoothly. I'll print this out and attach it to the medical records. Great. Now we can go back to my inspection.
Awesome. Cool.
I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick.
Oh, no. I guess a needle? Okay, never mind. Syringe.
If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life. And then diatoms, characteristics of pooled water like a well, got into the body.
Okay, now what? It says brain examination.
In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well where police found them. Now I need to adjust the knobs properly and place the diatom in. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. Oh, I'm finally starting to see. I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae.
Okay.
And perfect.
Are you sure?
No. The aperture still needs adjustment. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid,
But that looks
but
clear
rather
to me.
a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus.
What am I looking for? Am I doing it wrong?
As expected, we find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, epitheca, which overlaps the lower, hypotheca, is clearly visible.
Cool.
The presence of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious.
Now what?
Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have entered the body. Studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis.
Oh boy.
I can finally get to the practical part. I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here.
We want an explosion.
You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested. It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs for testing for diatom. If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, I remove the lungs and proceed to their examination. Taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. The emphysema itself, it's clear how far it's progressed, which is characteristic of drowning. Corpses found in water are worth examining with a tomograph. However, I can't count on such luxuries, so I must reach for a more archaic technology, a bucket and water.
Oh good, the light's flashing. That means bad. Yep. Is that window open again? there's someone in here. The door's open. Let's see if he's here. Can he show up? Oh, he's sleeping. Good.
Ooh, I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this.
In here?
Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide. The water should be at room temperature.
That looks like hot
That's
water.
enough.
Okay.
To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gas is released during decomposition. In this case, however, it's about something else. Namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface.
Thing is, our recordings have to catch us freaking out, right?
Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily.
Ugh.
Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed.
Now we slice
I move
and
on to
dice.
dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface.
Okay, don't know what any of that means. but cool.
All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations. Let's see. Although I won't even notice an army of diatoms from. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. But rather, it's not a dirty lens. And perfect. As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them.
So they drowned?
I'll make a note of all this. So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So, I move on to checking the other organs. I strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis. The organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease. I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for it. The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect.
Oops.
The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins and many small hemorrhagic foci.
So they died by
I
drowning.
must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased. Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years. I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing.
Oops, wrong button.
It looks very turbid. I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents.
No.
One thing you'd never get used to is how much this desk smells. Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food.
Yummy.
So let's check the diatoms. Again, but in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and a careful interpretation of the collected data, including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately. Okay, this is one last little sample. Now, set.
Nope. It's not alcohol we're looking for. This. 35 minutes, 25 speed. 35 minutes, 25 speed. And this is when the power goes out. Nope, not this time. Cool.
Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well.
Hey, look, a dead flower.
Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine. Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn.
Let's see what comes up. That's a long.
Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police. Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case.
I keep waiting for someone to be around this corner.
More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. There's little left to do. I'm going to check the airway. Interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection.
Blah, 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 blah.
I dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is
So he killed her.
interesting. Let me look at it. Based on the
Shoved the ring down
size,
her
I
throat.
can say that it's a woman's wedding ring. Quite standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside. What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring. But how did it, but this should be at home. I have it. home.
He's freaking out. I need my pills.
I have to check this out. Where are my meds? Where the fuck are my meds?
Calm down.
Huh? Jesus Christ! Hope these all make it go
please
away.
don't touch. I don't want to know what that was.
I have to check the apartment. It can't be. Jesus Christ!
Why do you need to check your apartment? You didn't finish. I need to finish. Can we be like, no? We gotta put the body up at least. Something. Nothing? Oh, we're just leaving. You're losing it. You're losing it.
Mr. Ridley. Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning? Anybody suspicious?
No, there was no one. Dorothy was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise.
God, you're losing your mind.
Jesus Christ!
You shouldn't drive home under these conditions, you lunatic. What if I'm just a killer? Go home with the apron and gloves on. Just don't take them off, it's fine.
This can't be real. Where is it? Where is it? Where? It's not here. It's not. I need to go.
You're gonna have a panic attack, my guy.
This is sick. Fuck.
I thought
Come
there
on,
would be more
Steven.
ghosts involved.
Pick up the fucking phone.
What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that. I don't know. I was jittering. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
Oh.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning this was going to happen. I didn't make it up.
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? How? And when? When the fuck? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Steven? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God.
Everything's in there, but a minute ago it wasn't. You are losing your mind.
Okay, just
Sit at your desk
calm
and pour
down.
yourself something to drink.
Just
Sounds
calm
like
down.
a great mixture,
Jesus.
alcohol mix.
What's going on?
There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. Or there is. Is there? I don't see any train.
Just.
There's nothing in it.
Save more. Yeah.
Somebody needs to send him to a psych ward.
Jesus.
Something's wrong.
Just,
It's crazy.
just one sip more. Oh, God.
Okay, we didn't finish the autopsy. I know that's not the first thing on his mind, but he said he would be back.
All right. I can't do it anymore. These reports will kill me one day. I'll have to finish it over the weekend.
Wait. He has the saw we used to
It's
cut
time to go to work.
the back out.
I should take out the trash first. Jesus.
I think we're
Fuck.
secretly a murderer.
Maybe I'll just ignore it. Yes?
Hi, this is Charlotte. I guess I interrupted you again?
Oh, hi. No, I just... I wrote reports in those last sections, and I was just about to leave for work.
I always know when to call.
Yeah, definitely. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay, nothing new.
I'm falling apart.
I had a few days off.
Oh, that's nice. Then... Did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well... the photo with, the photo I asked you for?
It hasn't come yet? Oh, sorry, but I said it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. I'm sorry for rushing you. You have so much on your mind, I thought maybe you forgot.
It's okay. No worries. With my pills, Pills. I almost forgot to take my pills. So
I
you
don't
see...
think you are taking your pills.
Yeah.
I have to go now.
Yes, sure.
Let me know if you still haven't received the letter. Then I'll try... well, maybe I'll find something else.
Oh, really? Could you? It would be great if you could. Really.
Yes. I know it means a lot to you.
Well, I won't hold you any longer. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
She said bye twice.
Damn.
Bye.
Did I
Bye.
mess up the
I just
address?
Before we do anything, I just...
How am I gonna get those pills?
Alright, so I've run out of time for this video. We did finish another chapter, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it here. I'm going to put the link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next video. Bye!